Welcome to Birdie Productions post-round coverage. Round one here at the Preserve Championships. We had pretty rough conditions out there, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, and yeah, you're going to watch me battle it out and do a little commentary of my round here, so let's get right into it.
South Dakota, let's hear it for Ezra
It's a hole one here. Typically going with a nuke, but we did have a ripping headwind, which we didn't really see at all in practice, so I did disc up to my really overstable ESP Venom here, trying to just put it on hyzer to fight the wind and make the mistake of missing right, but I put it on enough hyzer. It held up, and then got a nice push to it too, honestly. Really happy with this flight off the false tee. It was one where we were seeing people going like way right into the vehicles and stuff, so to get one inbounds in the fairway is really nice. Went with a swarm on the second shot here to fight the wind again, and came up a little bit short, but really happy with that shot as well. Again, the wind was really tough to start this round. Got about 29 feet here for the putt. Really nice to connect on that one. That's my first tournament putt with my new CT Glow Challenger SS putter, so to get that one to drop feels really nice. Not what I'm looking for on the second shot here. I went with my Crystal Zone and just yanked it, hit the tree. Extreme skip shot, worked out nice. Great utility disc, and you can see why right there. Left me with a pretty short putt here on the second hole. Hole 3. Had a little bit of tailwind, but wasn't really feeling too much of it with all this tree cover. Went with my stable nebula, tight little flex line, trying to just put a baby Annie on it. Let the disc kind of do the walk, and had a really nice line on that one. Really happy with that disc lately too. It's been flying so good. Had about 20, 25 feet for the putt, and was able to cash it, which felt really good as well. I've been liking this scorch roller on this shot, and I thought I got this one really toned over, but I guess it did get a little bit of a kind of a left bounce, so it ended up straighter than I thought, but still a great spot to be on this hole. This is a tricky one, and having the distance right is really important, so I have this second shot lined up pretty nicely. Went with my beat-in Z zone that I actually got from a fan at the end of last season. Came in super clutch. Was able to put this one pretty close. This is one of the tougher holes on the course, so to get a nice short look here and to go 3 down through 4 feels really good. This is tough conditions at the beginning here, and to have a good start like this felt good. And then this is a hole you got to get the tee shot to work. It's you can get pretty tricky, especially with a kick like this. You can see my caddy, my brother Judah, and I trying to figure out what the best line is on the second shot. Pretty tricky spot. Ended up going with the extreme skip shot again off to this left side, trying to get back to the fairway. Ended up pinched kind of behind some trees again. Went standstill, patent pending passion shot. Tried to hit the gap, and was able to do that, but kind of kept it low. So left myself with quite a bit. Looks like we missed my like 120-foot jump putt there, which I left pretty short, and then snuck that putt in left side for the bogey, which, I mean, you know, again, that's one of the tougher holes, so it can happen. Hole 5 here, we decided to go with that stable nebula again, and honestly, kind of surprised I pushed it so deep on this tee shot. I liked the way I threw it, and it kind of just got some glide on me, but still had a look. Went with the extreme again. Skipped just in front of that little pine tree. Gave myself a putt, and that one felt really nice to bounce back, get the birdie after the bogey, and keep the puddle going. This hole, we had a ripping headwind, and again went back to that Venom just to play it safe and try to make sure that I don't flip a nuke over into the water, and played it way too safe. Over here on this left side, had about 400 feet to the basket with nuke OS, and just couldn't commit to enough Annie or tone, and hit the tree, stayed safe luckily. And then just wanted to make sure I didn't leave this little tricky upshot short. Gave myself like 20 feet with this from this zone. And then, yeah, that one feels pretty bad. Had right to left wind on that putt, and I think I was just scared of missing it high and having it fly like way past the basket, so I pansied out and went into the cage. Going nuke OS here on this shot, we had ripping left to right wind, so I wanted to make sure I had the stability to fight that, and just pulled it about 25, 30 feet right of my intention, so gave myself a putt, but now we're 2 putts in a row now that are just doinks that you really got to make these. You can see some frustration there on my putter, which I don't love that I showed, but that's kind of the feelings I'm going through with 2 back-to-back kind of short putts. Forehand's been feeling really good, so I went with it on this shot as well. Gave myself about 31 feet up the hill, 3 putts in a row. That was kind of a tricky one with the uphill and the left-right wind, but still one I feel like I should make. So 3 putts in a row is feeling really bad. Frustration's definitely setting in at this point. Went nuke OS on this shot to try to stay safe. The wind, again, really difficult, so I had to completely switch my play up. Wanted to go nuke, flip over, and just bone it over onto the right side, and you can see it kind of came out ollie and on too much highs. Also never had the chance to end up kind of in those right bushes right at the basket. So it's just going to be kind of a lame cleanup bogey on this hole. So you can see my ball's probably a little disappointed in me as well. But get here on a hole. I've blown through this. All right, so I was supposed to stop at 9 holes. We're going to stop here at after 10. Yeah, so as you can tell, I mean, the beginning of my round here was pretty hot. Felt really good going into this round, and then just missed a few putts, and not really sure why. I mean, it was definitely cold out there on the wind and the rain and everything, but I did do a good job of keeping my hand dry with my gloves and my hand warmers and stuff, so I don't feel like that affected me too much. I think I just missed some putts, so hopefully we can get that going on the back 9, or back, I guess, 8 now. So let's jump back into hole 11 now. Went with my stable nebula on this shot, trying to just throw a little baby hydro up that right side, and then fade it in over that wall. Worked out really nicely, and gave myself a shorter putt than I've had the last 3 holes, which was really nice because I need to get that confidence back on the putting green. So to birdie that hole, it's a really good momentum shift there. Going with my glow nuke, which I liked this shot, just a touch high, caught the branches, kicked into a bad spot. So it's one of those situations where it's just not a great shot, but then also not a good break. Trying to get aggressive on this shot with that venom, and hit the gap I was going for, but just did not get the stability. So it ended up going straight through the gap, and I've got this tricky little forehand zone scramble shot through the woods, which I ended up hitting the gap, but blowing the shot way past the basket. I've got a kind of a mid C2 look. Putt felt okay, but just not high enough. And then I got this kind of awkward little, bush shot, and a little more frustration. Yeah, so only 1 downhill through 12 holes, which I know is a pretty pathetic score. So trying to hopefully get back. Going with a flip your nebula, kind of a power down shot on this hole, just to hit the gap and hopefully have it flip a little bit. It did hold on, and this was actually a tricky putt, so to hit this one felt really good, felt like a step in the right direction. Going with a ESP nuke on this shot. My forehand's been feeling really good with this new pre-cock technique that I've been doing, and I got a lot of power with that shot. That might have been one of my favorite shots of this round. Going with the same disc, same shot again, just trying to put a little more hydro on it, fight that left to right wind. And very happy with that shot as well. You can see the rain coming down on that pond right there. So the conditions were definitely something to try to control out here. I went with Z Captain Raptor forehand on this upshot, which was definitely a shorter upshot than I'd had in the practice rounds, which was nice. And then to have this putt was good, but then just didn't quite get enough change to hold. It wasn't a good putt, but it was definitely one where I felt like that should have stuck. So definitely another frustrating moment there. Went forehand again with that same ESP nuke, and just a little bit pulled, a little bit high, but it did find the gap. Got some nice distance on it as well. Had about 300 feet left into this green. Went ESP swarm to try to fight the wind and have the right distance, and just complete power yank. I mean, just a horrible shot to be 45 feet from that. Took the jacket off. I felt like the jacket kind of limits my range of motion on some of the putts especially, and so I was pretty frustrated with how the putting was going, so I took that off, tried to mix it up. And felt like my putt was actually pretty good on that longer one, but wasn't able to convert. Going nuke OS on this shot. Been liking this play, just throw a little bit wide and then hopefully have it skip up. Gave myself about 20-25 feet here on hole 16. And was able to make that one. That was a pretty windy putt too, so I got the nose angle right to fight that, which felt really good. Going with my Challenger SS here. I liked my line. I felt like it was going to fight the left to right wind really nicely, just a touch high. Caught the limb, and so gave myself a long look here instead of the probably 15-foot putt that I would have had if I would have missed those branches. So kind of the story of today's round, it just felt like I had a lot of shots and a lot of putts that were just bad enough to end up being a full stroke. Went with that ESP glow nuke on hole 18's tee shot here, trying to get some good distance. Kind of cheaped out and just went spike hydro left side to make sure I was safe, just way too scared of the pond. Went Z nuke to push this right side, and I was close enough to still go for the green, so definitely one I want to make sure I have an eagle look for, and give myself a C2 putt in the sand bunker, and just to cap the day off. Can't even get one thing to go right at the end of this round, unfortunately. So that does it here for the round 1 at the Pre-Resolve Championship. In the moment, I felt really bad about this round. I felt like I started off well. I was cognizant of that. But then the end of it was it just seemed like every single hole, at least one thing went wrong. Either I threw a shot that was bad enough, or like got a little bit of a bad kick, or whatever it was, to where it just didn't allow me to have a good score at the end. Somehow I ended up being four down at the end of the day, in 15th place going into round 2, which is definitely better than I expected. The conditions were tough all day long, and I guess the people who teed off after me struggled just as much as I did. So definitely looking forward to the next 2 rounds, and hopefully some better conditions, and then obviously some better scoring as well. So thanks for watching this tournament round coverage from Birdie Productions, and let us know in the comments if you guys like this and want to see more. Thanks again, and yeah, good luck to anyone playing tomorrow. I guess good luck to me.